Okay, what up ladies and gents, your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite Darktide YouTuber, and today, you know what, people have actually asked me, my updated Surge Smite before Nancy's build, does it even work in Auric Maelstrom? They've been questioning, been asking a lot of questions. Now, I recreated it, alright, right here, and I'm going to hop right into an Auric Maelstrom. So we're gonna do exactly that, and let's have some fun with it, alright? Here we go. Just so you know, I'm gonna play on the NA region because I don't think there's anyone even awake in my region because it's like 1 AM when I shot this video. Alright, so we're just gonna go to the current Maelstrom mission. It's the Auric Maelstrom right here. It is hunting grounds, extra pox bursters, waves of mutants, enhanced blitz, extra barrels. In we go. Let's see how we do. Okay, total random matchmaking. Now, one thing, while we load in, right, one thing you gotta understand about my original version of the Surge Smite is that it is designed with low toughness in mind, and it's all about raw power. You get a smite that doesn't deal a lot of damage, but that lasts for a very long duration. The idea is to build up plenty of peril, burn everybody out, and then keep smiting on again. So you can use this well if you are experienced with smite, but the main thing to remember is you've got to build up warp charges, you've got to get in the fight, and you've got to know how to operate your character as best you can. Okay, so I'll try and demonstrate that through the gameplay. I would edit some of this loading stuff, but I'm just probably gonna put a timestamp at the video because, yeah, I am just gonna shoot the vid because it's late at night, right, and just upload it straight. And that is my plan. I think it is a terrible plan, but, it's the plan anyway. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else is joining. Dang. NA region bros, I trusted you. That's okay. Might get someone later. Might get some random wanderer that'll just wander in. Hey.
Heretic agents are introducing pathogenic elements into the water supply. Heretic intrusion has been detected in Silo Cluster 1866A. This is the contamination vector. Expunge all intruders and restore the water supply. Make haste, varlets.
Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her boat, up down, all the lovely boys blew.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
It's all great, but it's the best.
Okay, so the first and most important thing to look at in this build is the fact that you will mostly open with your Surge Staff. This is actually this build actually focuses a lot on casting with the Surge Staff as opposed to using your Smite. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now you want to try and maximize every lightning cast, so make good use of cover. Alright, like so. Take your time to build up. Remember that you don't need to aim, so just lack caution. It's all good. Now, even if you quell, right, if you cast within a certain time, your Warp Flurry bonus is maintained, which means that you can keep casting at maximum Warp Flurry. So I like to just do speed quells in between, like so, and then we just get a chance to fire off even more lightning. Oh, got a second Smite Psyker. Interesting. Now we've already got 5 warp charges, so I can cast my staff relatively freely. It's gonna cost me next to nothing. And even if you cast it somewhere empty, it will keep up the bonus, so don't hesitate to quell and cast on nothing. See? You can still keep up your Warp Flurry bonus even if you don't actually hit anything with your cast. So just be aware of that in case you weren't already, but if you are, then that's good. So this way I'm still maintaining my Warp Flurry bonus, but I'm on like low peril, so I can keep casting. Alright. This is where you want to be careful because waves of mutants are a little bit dangerous. And now what I'll try and do is, owing to the nature of having multiple mutants, alright, we'll just try and do something like that. Ooh, dear. There you go. Just stay calm against waves of mutants. I probably should have smited in the first place, but it's late at night and I didn't think of it. So that was actually one of the major mistakes that I made right there. I should have smited and brought the muties to heal. Now in this particular case, because we also have a Smite Psyker, we can chain a lot of lightning. And as you can see, with 6 warp charges, which is really easy to recover, you can hold Smite for a very, very long duration. Okay, so we're just going to abuse that for a little bit. Okay, there you go. And keep in mind that I'm playing on 200 ping. Everything that you're seeing is on 200 ping. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, I'm not quite sure why people disbelieve my work, but, I mean, okay, fair enough, I guess. If you do, I can't really change your mind. But I will ask that if you disbelieve my work, do attend the streams. Like, you can make a request. What you want me to play on a day when I'm playing Psyker, just say, hey, could you play this build that you made? And I'll be like, okay, sure, no problem, yeah. The thing is that when we test an Auric Damnation, a lot of people think that our work won't be good for Auric Maelstrom. What you have to understand is that that will never be the case. Because if we tested it in Auric Damnation, we're already testing at some of the highest levels. Now, Auric Damnation's only difference is that it is more consistent than Maelstroms, whereas Maelstroms have randomized conditions that may create, shall we say, some differences in how builds function. For example, Surge Smite is known to function poorly with Nurgle-blessed Maelstrom runs. Alright, whereas in a lot of other Maelstrom runs, this is some of the biggest advantage you can get because of the CC advantage. You know? So it's really down to the player to know when their build will work well, and this is why there's no one true build that works everywhere. When you talk in Maelstroms, you gotta have more knowledge than just Auric Damnation. You know, Auric Damnation, there's no special conditions to change things. It's just high intensity, shock troopers, the usual. But when it comes to Auric Maelstroms, now you're looking at a whole different bunch of stuff. Okay, now against a boss, as you know, in general, this build doesn't really do well against bosses. At least your Surge Staff doesn't. But what you can do is use your Chainsword. I mean, if you have the Dueling Sword, that's not going to do very much against bosses. But if you happen to have a Chainsword, this is where you can assist your team. Alright, but first and foremost, what you want to do, more than any of that, is that you will want to focus on assisting your team with the specials and elites and all that. That is a bigger priority for you as a player. There you go. With a Chainsword, you can easily take down a boss. The Chainsword is one of the best anti-boss type weapons around, so I absolutely love it and adore it. Now you'll notice I'm not really using a lot of Venti Shriek. This is because there's no need for me to do so right now. I'm mostly just using a lot of Smite to hold off the Hordes and a lot of Surge to deal damage. So this is how that'll work. And you can, like I said, you can be very useful to your team in a variety of situations so long as you know the right tool for the job. The new model of Chainsword is so fantastic against bosses that it's just literally one of the best things that you can have. Oh dear. Thank God for voice of command right there. This team is very good because having a voice of command veteran actually makes a whole lot of difference to your success, especially in any kind of Auric run. This is because Poxbursters may sometimes come out of nowhere and absolutely ruin your day. Now, the most important thing that you gotta remember about this type of build is that you need to be killing while you move, okay? Take advantage of the fact that your staff is auto-aim. You don't have to think too hard about it. So because of that, you can freely move, dodge, kill, all kinds of things in between, which is really good. But when it comes to Soul Stealer, take note that if you want the toughness regen from Soul Stealer, you kind of need to actually get a kill. Alright? And that's usually one of the things that people forget to do, especially when they're running Surge. So there's 2 charges here, so I'll just tell them 2. And then Adeptus Among Us or Red Phoenix, either one of them will probably be the ones to heal. Okay, when you've got a Horde coming in, swap over to Smite, take advantage of it, and stun the whole Horde. Your job is to keep them stunned, for as long as you can. Whatever duration, whatever the duration is. Now, if there's one behind, okay, I will usually try and ping. One can handle the front, the other one can handle the back. We've got 2 Smite Psykers anyway. In a Horde situation, I usually focus on control first and foremost until the Horde itself is mostly done with, or at least until somebody handles the trash mobs. Then I swap over Surge, and we start belting it out. If things get dicey again, quell down. Oops, almost made a boo-boo. There you go. There we go. Okay, so nice and easy. There's no need to panic or worry. Alright, there you go.
Wicked meat sack! Oh no, a trapper!
Be still. Be still. Be still.
Okay, there we go. And you'll notice that I'm also not communicating with the team. There's no open communication channel. It is really not necessary. If you know what you're doing, none of this is necessary. Now, you wanna rotate away from multiple Poxbursters because, yeah, they're gonna explode you a lot. So just be careful, just be cautious. Everything's good. Once everything's good, drop down and start casting. Now here, there's no Horde yet, so I'm staying on my Surge, and we're dealing with targets as fast as we can. Okay, we do a Speed Quell, we maintain the Warp Flurry bonus. Why? Because we need to stop these Crushers ASAP. Assisting the team with damage on the Crushers and maintaining the higher peril for both Warp Rider and Warp Nexus is generally a good idea. Again, if a Horde starts to come in, I'll probably switch to Smite, but there was no need for that right here. Okay? Be ready to dodge at a moment's notice. This is probably one of the more helpful things that you need to remember. And other than that, just have a good time, relax, and enjoy yourself. Okay.
Being above Imperial lore is a singular advantage.
Okay, Red Phoenix says BRB, that's totally fine. They're being very nice in that we don't have to wait for them, so that's very cool. Don't be afraid to take peep shots like this if you're near a wall. Okay, this is a very good technique when you are stuck and there's a bunch of gunners coming at you. Now you hear the hounds, okay, no problem. What do you do when there's hounds? You make sure that you smite them all. Now you've got a Plague Ogryn coming in, so you kind of want to back up for a little bit, alright? Now you want to stop the Muty Horde as best you can. Okay, and since the Horde is handled, we'll just handle this the regular way. Okay, we've got a Horde coming in, so we have to kind of switch modes a little bit. Alright, but that's okay. Even as the Horde comes in, that's completely fine. What you want to do is you want to deal with it as per the normal methodology, but you can use your Surge Staff to get a finish on it, alright? So don't hesitate to kill the elites and the specials, and of course take care of the Horde. Okay, as long as you don't panic, you can see that there is no threat to your life, you're perfectly fine, it's all good. Now, some people may have to sacrifice themselves, but since when has the Imperium ever functioned on the basis of not sacrificing? No. It's all about that sacrifice. So there you go, and I completely forgot to take my combat stim. That was my bad, another mistake that I made right there. I should never have forgotten to take that combat stim, but that's okay. Let's move on. Welcome back. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, if you've got a situation with multiple gunners near your location, what you want to do is exactly what I'm doing right here. Hold until... Alright, hold until somebody can get the person that went down. Whatever. Alright, keep your healing. And you're good to go. Alright, that's looking beautiful. So far, so good.
Oh, nice shot. I want
Okay, good.
We kill it, or did it let go?
Now, do you remember the max range of your Surge staff? Make sure you're always abusing that max range. Be aware of barrel positions. Okay? And abuse that max range to the maximum of your abilities. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Speed Quell. And then we're continuing to maintain the Warp Flurry. Alright, all good so far. Now if an enemy starts coming in, what you're gonna do here is you're gonna start smiting.
Fight heretics, stay alive. Can you manage that?
Emperor's throne! Look at the witch!
Now take advantage of solidity as well. Alright, just take advantage of whatever you can. And go as ham as possible.
Agreed! Fucking hell, witch, you're scaring me! It's very messy. The Ranger travels Station no more!
You want to stop as many specials and elites from pouring in as you can. Now, normally against this, I would use Smite, but we already have another Smite Psyker, and I figure more damage is worthwhile. So while everybody does their thing, you just carry on, keep on keeping. Two shocks and they'll be stunned, and that's all good to go. Okay. Oh, that was a nice elimination of the sniper. I was gonna spam it down as soon as the shield came up. Lovely. So once again, with the 6 warp charges, you can really take advantage of how much extra power you have, as well as the limited peril generation. So you can end up doing some pretty funky fresh stuff, like so. Alright. Now you want to cover for Adeptus Amogus. Yep. Make sure that he's covered for. Good. So once the whole team is covered, we're good to go. We move on.
Why do we not simply drive the heretics out?
I thought I heard the
Your
old
impatient
man
for
say,
something to change it.
leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I hate this. Okay, so sea shanties aside, what you probably should do now is you're seeing a horde coming in, right? Okay, not the time to use Venting Shriek yet because we don't have maximum range. Ah, now look at that. See those ragers coming in? Okay, hold everything. If everything dies, you don't need to use Venting Shriek, so you can save it. Okay, but if things aren't fully dead yet, that's okay. Stop them. Continue stopping them, and don't forget to dodge while smiting. Okay, this is probably very important. You probably want to manage that. Okay, very good. Okay. Very simple and easy. Now hold off. It'll take a while to stun a charging mutant with Smite, but you can definitely do that. Alright. Easy peasy. Now there's still some hordes around here, but you probably want to just make sure you're maintaining. Okay. You hear the hounds, so you know the drill. The second you hear hounds, you've got to be careful. Now in this situation, this is where I will use my Venting Shriek, because this is the time. This is seriously the time that you want to use it. In fact, I'll use it twice to burn out the hordes very quickly. Do that, and thanks to all the Pox Hounds that just died, we get all our warp charges back. So we have Venting Shriek ready at maximum power, with maximum bonuses again very soon. Okay? There you go. So you want to judge the situation before you start using your Venting Shriek, like that's really one of the important key things. But even with total randoms, you know, as long as everybody's loosely doing their job, you know, it's fine. You're all good. Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
There's no need to show off. There's no fault to make it show.
Sniper.
I will
Kill the major, fellas. Ranger. Ranger. Dead and gone. Top strike. Watch for fire. Ranger, you got sniper.
Okay. Be a little bit fearless where you can. That's also one of the key things that you want to do. You don't really want to have a lot of fear in you when you're doing this. Okay, we got muties from the back and the front, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is we're going to stop them the usual way. Keep everything smited. It's okay if somebody barrels you or whatever. Don't panic. Don't get mad. Okay, some people get so mad about it. Like, as long as it doesn't throw you off the map, okay, calm down. You'll be alright. It's okay. As you can see, slow them down. Give your team a chance to work on them. Not this time, fellas. Good. Now we're gonna swap over. So seamless transition over from Smite to Surge. Why? Because now you're dealing mostly with specials and elites, not really a trash horde. So it's very much more important to have the damage. Alright, there you go.
This way. Come on.
Okay, all good. I'm going to cover this guy. If they don't want to go to the loot area, that's okay. My job is to get them through here. So work with your team. Work with your team.
No more big music.
No more bomber.
Okay, we've got hounds coming in, so you know what to do. When you hear hounds, then as soon as the hounds come in, they can be stunned, staggered by Smite. So make sure you do exactly that. Okay. Well, if no more are coming down, that's completely alright. The most important thing is to try and preserve the health of your teammates as much as possible. Okay, and also you know that there's a demon host up there, so you want to be a bit careful, yeah? Now, I'm right up close here, but what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and eliminate all the poxhounds and stuff. Because you generally want to make sure that your team has a safe location where they can move into. So as I smite, I move. And this is important. Okay, now here you don't have to worry about empowered psionics charges, so you can pretty much kill fairly freely. Just be cautious. Okay. Move past the demon host. There you go. Very good. I'm just going to go over. Be very careful here. There we are. Very lucky we didn't get thrown into the demon host. That could have gone badly. Okay, try and join up with your team. So always have a look around at your team's position. This is why I like to flick around me in Auric Maelstrom, because you never know when something's going to come from the back. So do try and flick around fairly quickly, as soon as you get the chance. Now I can hear a muty wave coming in, so we're just going to be extra cautious here. We're going to make sure they get stunned, burn them out, and we do it all over again. Never be afraid to use your venting shriek, because that is literally one of the things that's going to get you through this entire type of mission. And be very aware of sounds, okay? So there you go. As soon as I hear footsteps, I'm always spinning around and ready.
Silo cluster 1866A.
Try not to use up all your stamina yet. If you accidentally make a mistake, don't worry too much. We'll try not to. Now here, where I can't see anything, is actually my best situation. Because now, I can use my powers freely. I don't have to aim anyway. And that's again, one of the greatest strengths of the Surge. There's no aiming necessary. By shooting in the general direction, everything is going to die anyway. Stop all the hounds as per normal. Use them to farm your charges, and there you go. 24 meters is actually a lot longer than people think, which is why I abuse that 24 meter range. Okay, but anyway, we cannot get cocky because there's still the end sequence left, and the end sequence is often the toughest. You gotta be extra careful there. Now, in order to get over there, whoops, I made a bit of a mistake there. Now, that was a mistake on my part because I was not at the objective when I should have been. Alright? This can be very dangerous. So, luckily this team was extremely competent. That mistake otherwise could have spelled the end of the run. You might think, it's not that serious if one person's away. Yes, it is. It's extremely serious. Okay? You want to be very, very cautious about things like that. All it takes is one person's mistake and the whole run could end. So that was, you know, that was a big negative on my part. But thankfully, the team was very competent, so no problems there. In general, Auric Maelstrom players are usually the best of the best. You won't really find anybody that doesn't know how to do their jobs perfectly. So the occasional mistake can still actually be saved, overlooked, things like that. It's not even a problem under most circumstances. Now, this is going to be a bit of a lag fest, but it can't be helped, because that's what these big runs are like. They are serious lag machines. Now, in order to get to the next area, we shall have to be a bit clever and cautious, but what we want to do, ultimately, is help others to not only burn out the Horde, but also smite the Horde. Try to get into a good position. Oh dear. Well. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Don't think I'm impressed.
Now, Smite does have a range of 16 meters, so be aware of that. And your Venting Shriek itself also has a very good range, so just be aware of all these different things, all these different factors that can make it a lot easier for you to complete your mission. Alright, abuse the long range on your stuff. And if all goes well, you can even save your medipack for Darktide too. So there you go. Very smooth run. No real complications or problems. Okay, but you just have to be good at what you do. And as long as you understand your build, how it works, and how it's supposed to be played, then you can bring a lot of good stuff. Not only to the team, but to yourself as well. Mostly because you keep winning. Okay, there you go. Someday I will find galley with blue oars, sail to distant shores, stand upon the prow, move past here, steady course for the haven, my mother told me someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores. Okay, everybody's covered. Let's go. There we are. Okay. Lol. Okay, that was a GG. So I hope that served to demonstrate how my builds, you know, can work in the worst situations. Auric Maelstrom, no problem, just run it. And as long as you're decent, you know, as long as you know what you're doing with the build, you'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm always willing to prove that my stuff works in general. The only thing that I cannot prove on 200 ping is the Zealot builds, mostly because that one requires like more minute timing. But for any of the Psyker and Veteran builds, they work on 200 ping. Easy peasy, no problem. Alright, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, it's late, but I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to go pass out. I didn't actually have a video planned for tonight, so hopefully this one fulfills your desires.